Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we will update you with headlines and news, matchups to start off the week in the NBA. That is next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. Darrell, on the opposite side, say hello to Darrell to everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show. We're here.
We're here. All right, man. You doing good, man? How you feeling?
Doing good, man.
Okay, man. We got some things that we need to cover here this week in the NBA. Man, you ready to rock this one?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Final scores and stats on the previous games. Darren, you sure for it?
Okay. 2 nights of games. We will start with final scores and key stats for Wednesday, March 29th, 2017. There was a total of 10 games. We will start with the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks wins this game 99-92. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Orlando Magic. Thunder wins this game in overtime, 114-106. Russell Westbrook, 57 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. The Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics. Bucks wins this game in a close one, 103-100. Malcolm Brogdon hits the key jumper with 3.9 seconds left. The Charlotte Hornets, Toronto Raptors. Charlotte wins this game, 110-106. The Miami Heat, New York Knicks. Heat wins this game, 105-88. The Indiana Pacers, Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies wins this game, 110-97. Michael Conley, 36 points, 7 3-pointers. I believe it was 36 points or 39 points and 7 3-pointers. Dallas Mavericks, New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans wins this game in a close one, 121-118. Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, total 59 points and 29 rebounds. Anthony Davis, 30 points, 13 rebounds, and DeMarcus Cousins, 29 points, 16 rebounds. The Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors wins this game 110-98. The Golden State Warriors erased the early 22-point deficit. The Washington Wizards and the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers wins this game 133-124. In the last game of the night, the Utah Jazz, Sacramento Kings. The Jazz wins this game 112-82. And now we go to last night's games. March 30th, 2017. There was a total of 5 games. We will start with the Brooklyn Nets and the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons wins this game in a close one, 90-89. Ish Smith hits the go-ahead 3-point basket with 28 seconds left. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls wins this game 99-93. The Bulls sweep the season series against the Cavaliers. The Los Angeles Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wolves wins this game 119-104. Ricky Rubio, career high 33 points. The Los Angeles Clippers, Phoenix Suns. Clippers wins this game 124-118. Blake Griffin, 31 points, 12 for 19 field goals, 2 for 2 3-point field goals. Chris Paul, 29 points, 10 assists. In the last game of the night, Houston Rockets, Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers wins this game 117-107. Damian Lillard, 31 points, 11 assists. These are your final scores and key stats for March 29th and the 30th of 2017.
All right, there you have it. Final scores and stats from the last 2 nights. Now we're going to actually sit down and take a look at the Pacers and the Memphis Grizzlies analysis. we'll take a look at what they did to lose this game. Me and Darren had predicted that the Memphis was going to go on to win this game, and that's exactly what they did. So, Darren, it's your floor, man. What did they do to lose this game?
You know what? I had to sit down and think about this for a minute. I was trying to figure out how did Memphis win this game. I looked at everything and beyond this, and it about killed me to try to figure out how did Memphis win this game. It
That's
killed
a good
me.
question. Yeah.
So I went through and I looked at everything.
Mhm.
First thing I looked at, First thing I looked at was this. Of course, I always look at field goals. 47% for Memphis and 44% for the Pacers. That's the first thing I looked at. Like, okay, that's a factor. And then I looked at the three-pointers. Pacers shot better than Memphis from the three-point line. 38% to the Pacers 40. And then I thought about it, I'm like, no, that can't be the reason why. So then I went back and I looked again and I looked at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Big contributing factor.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of maybe three other contributing factors. So this got them to win the game. This got them to win the game. Well, that should be a better check mark, but hey. And then, what's the other one? I went back and I looked again. And then I looked at this. Looked at these rebounds. If I can get my beautiful marker to come up. And well, here we go, right here. I looked at the rebounds and seen that was another contributing factor. And then I sat down again and was like, well, I'm not sure if this is all making sense to me and how Memphis won this game. Wasn't 100% sure. So then I went back and just re-looked at everything again all over. I seen that the Pacers out rebounded Memphis in the offensive game. I seen that Memphis got more defensive rebounds, and part of that contributing factor to the reason why Memphis got that is because of the missed field goals for the Pacers, of course, and perhaps the missed free throws, two of them that the Pacers missed. Most of those came off of rebounds also. But then I looked at it again. I'm like, now, how did the Pacers commit more turnovers? And Memphis committed less turnovers, but the Pacers scored more off of turnovers. The Pacers scored 21 off turnovers, 21 points off turnovers, off of Memphis's 8 turnovers versus the Pacers 12. Memphis only scored 9 off of turnovers. And then I looked at something else, the points in the paint. And I looked at it again. I sat there and thought to myself, well, this is still not making sense to me. But in the overall sense to me, Pacers simply lost this game because of one reason. After looking at it, I had to sit down and really thoroughly think about it. This is the real reason why the Pacers lost the game. A lot of people may not agree with me, but this is why. The first half. Memphis just got off fast. Memphis moves too fast for the Pacers. They couldn't handle it. That's just how I see it.
And you see that the Pacers won the second half, but it wasn't enough to actually
Exactly. They didn't even score a whole lot of points in the fourth quarter anyway. Neither team did anyway. So I had to sit there and look at that. So the contributing factor overall is the fact that Memphis got off to the fastest start. Michael Conley was not contained because Michael Conley hit, what was it? He had 20, doggone it. How many did he have? Michael Conley had.
Wait, to points?
Yeah.
Michael Conley.
I think he had 29 points. Don't quote me. I forgot just that quick. Michael Conley had 29 points and 7 3-pointers. I believe that is right, or 30-something points. I'm trying to gather up this info real quick. And, of course, my stuff is not moving as quickly as I want it.
Yeah, of course. I got you.
So I believe Michael Conley scored. I forgot to look the other way because I'm not about to look this way. Y'all just going to be looking with me. As I believe Michael Conley had 29.7 3-pointers made in the game. Why is it that I can't go to box score? Here we go. Doggone it.
Wow.
Yeah. Michael Conley had, 36 points, 7 3-pointers. There we go. 36 points, 7 3-pointers. He got out to a fast start, had 6 assists in this game. That's not the type of, like I said, in the pregame, you have to contain Michael Conley in order to win this game and keep Memphis off the boards.
Yeah.
The offensive boards didn't work out too well for the Pacers, but the defensive end, no, the Pacers' offensive boards worked, but it didn't work on the defensive end. That spoiled it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spoiled it. So now you got a situation where your playoff hopes are going in the toilet. Just not 100% sure if the Pacers are even going to make the playoffs now at this point. Pacers just got to play better. They just got to play better. That's just how that rolls.
Yeah,
they just got to play better.
Yeah,
rebounds, turnovers, and field goals made. They got to play better.
And one of the matchups we was talking about was Vince Carter and Paul George. Paul George had finished with 22. Vince Carter finished with 21. So that was evenly matched up. But if you want to take away from the defensive efforts, then help yourself. But yeah, that was one of the matchups I was wanting to look at was Vince Carter and Paul George. All right. That was your analysis from the last game of the Pacers and the Grizzlies. As we stick with the Pacers, we're going to go ahead and jump ahead and take a look at tonight's matchup. Pacers and the Raptors. 7 o'clock tip-off, Air Canada Center. That is going to be, of course, I believe, locally on Fox Sports Indiana. Radio is going to be 107.5 FM and AM 1070 The Fan. No, Darren, broadcast TV for Toronto.
No idea. Because they didn't put the information out yet. So it's not game day.
Okay. Nothing really much to say about this. It's just that Pacers. This is a must-win for the Pacers. So, with that being said, the projected starters for the game would be for the Raptors, Corey Joseph and DeMar DeRozan as your 1 and 2. PJ Tucker is your 3. Serge Ibaka and Jonas Valanciunas is your 4 and 5. For the Pacers, Jeff Teague and Monte Ellis is your 1 and 2. Paul George is your 3. Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner is your 4 and 5. Injuries to report, of course, is always subject to change, just like the starting lineups. Al Jefferson, he is out with a sprained left ankle. Glenn Robinson III is out with a sore left calf. Of course, Kyle Lowry for the Raptors is out. He has surgery on his right wrist. And DeMar Carroll is questionable with a sore lower back. And I doubt he is going to play either. But we'll see as the game heads forward. The last meeting between these two teams was March 19th, 2017. The Raptors rolled into a 116-91 win over the Pacers at Air Canada Center in the first meeting between the two teams since last season's first-round playoff series. Toronto shot 50% from the field pretty much, went 12 for 27 for three-point range, and out-rebounded the Pacers 51-33. DeMar DeRozan led all scorers with 22 points, while Serge Ibaka added 16 points and 5 rebounds for Toronto. Paul George led Indiana with 18 points, while Jeff Teague added 16 points and 7 assists. A couple things to note real quick. The Pacers have a 45-34 lead in the all-time series with the Raptors, but are 18-22 in Toronto. The Raptors have won 8 of their last 9 regular season games against Indiana. And last but not least, Pacers forward C.J. Miles needs to make 8 more three-pointers to reach 1,000 for his career. It looked like he went on a shooting spree the other night in Memphis. So now he needs 8 more. It looked like he made 3 the other night. So. All right. Analysis portion of this.
To touch up on what you said, CJ Miles took 7 attempts on 3-pointers and only hit 3.
Yeah, just like I suspected, 3.
And he hit only just 3.
Just as I suspected. All right.
Oh, you ready for me, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Not much to note for this game, of course. I already know who's going to win this game anyway, but just to take a look, as you probably didn't note, probably didn't note it from the last game. Toronto, all 5 starters of Toronto Raptors players scored in combined 72 points.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no excuse for that. So the biggest thing for me, I'm just going to write it off to the side because there is nothing to look over.
There really ain't.
It's just do this. If they could do this, this would work in their favor so much.
Play defense. Yep. Play defense.
I got one more thing, and they just that. They got to do this too. I'm writing this in big letters.
Pray.
They probably won't win. They ain't gonna win. The only way they're gonna win this game tonight is that if they actually sit down and 1, play defense, and 2, pray. Get down on their knees and start praying. But they're not winning this game if they don't pray.
Yeah, and it's going to be an Eric Canada center again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't see them winning this game, although it's going to be part of the headlines. I'm not going to try to bring that up until we get to the NBA headlines. Hopefully the Pacers can turn it around based off of something that happened just yesterday. I have my moments on that in just a moment.
Absolutely. Before we actually get to the headlines, one more thing to note also, since we took a look at the analysis portions of this, which really wasn't nothing to look at, it's an easy no-brainer. Darren, who you have?
Oh, Toronto.
Word. I agree.
Toronto. Yeah, Toronto. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
All right. There it is.
It's going to be a bigger margin.
Well, about the same.
No, it's going to be long. It's going to be much larger. Much larger. 116-91 game 1. Game 2 is going to be, I'll say, 130-75.
Now you're being dramatic.
No, I'm not being dramatic. They being dramatic since they want to play. Since they don't want to come in as a team, they're being dramatic. I'm just helping them.
Well, we did see the numbers against the Grizzlies.
What numbers?
The numbers from the Memphis and the Pacers game. As a team, they did match up to Memphis. It's just that Michael Conley had the better game versus all of them.
Oh, congratulations. I'm so proud of them. This is Toronto who we're talking about. They don't match up to Toronto. They don't match up to them. They don't match up to Toronto.
I think it's probably just going to be about the same margin.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be bigger this time.
Not this time.
I think so.
Not this time.
Don't be surprised. You're going to be sitting there and be like, doggone it, Darren, you was right.
Nope. Not this time around.
Okay.
Not this time around.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once again, that is a 7 o'clock tip-off. It's going to be at Air Canada Center in Toronto. Well, in Canada, I should say. Them are your analysis, predictions, and preview for Pacers and the Raptors. All right, let's take a look at some headlines from the sports world: NBA, NFL, and MLB. Kevin Durant, he is back into basketball activities. So, no big surprise there. As we just always say, he could be feeling good about it, but of course, when you there, we feel that they're rushing the whole ordeal. But I'm not afraid to get into deeper of it. It's not that deep to me. And the one thing that me and Darren that we were talking about here, from what we were just talking about just a few minutes ago, was the report of Lance Stevenson returning to the Indiana Pacers. Darren has some things he wants to say about that. We'll get to that shortly. Let's go to the rest of the headlines of the NBA, NFL portion.
So do you, pimp.
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, I do. Yes, I do. But I'm saving mine for the best for last.
I know.
All right. Real quickly for the NFL. It looked like the Raiders are going to be giving a long-term contract to Derek Carr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Chargers named Damian Tomlinson special assistant to owner. I didn't get deep into the details of it. It was like, okay, very good for him. Congratulations to him. I'm just leaving it as that.
Mm-hmm.
T.J. McDonald is suspended for the first 8 games of the 2017 NFL season. And from the MLB portion of this, we have, I don't know what this is, St. Louis and a team in Springfield.
The Memphis Redbirds.
Is that what that is?
I believe it's the Memphis Redbirds.
Okay. That is a 605 pitch off. And the Cubs and the Astros, that is a 210 pitch off. Yeah, 210 pitch off. All right. Bigger fish to fry. Let's focus on this Lance Stevenson deal. Now, there's mixed emotions about Lance Stevenson coming back to the Pacers. A lot of people's happy about it. A lot of people are PO'd about it. And, of course, me and Darren are one of those ones that are very PO'd about it. Darren, what do you think about this ordeal, and how do you think the Pacers can fix this?
I'm just going to be dead out honest, and a lot of people are probably going to snap at me when I say this. A lot of people say, including yourself, you said it was a desperate move, and I definitely do agree with that. It was a desperate move. But I think everybody probably didn't look at the one thing that Lance Stevenson can contribute to this team, and that is energy.
Yeah.
Nobody can't deny that.
No,
now,
you're right.
He can contribute to energy, and I believe that would bring out the gameplay that head coach Larry Bird wants to bring out, and that's a fast break type of team.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that can happen with Lance Stevenson being out there. Although he's a troublemaker, hopefully he has calmed down. His ego have kind of swelled down a little bit. Hopefully this would, bring them back in the playoff hunt and possibly could be able to make the team better as a whole within energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to say.
Let's see, and I happen to see that Nicole put out a post on Facebook. Can we bring back Roy Hibbert and David West?
Absolutely not.
Roy Hibbert? No. David West?
Absolutely
maybe.
Not.
Maybe.
No. Nope. Absolutely not. No.
Why you say that?
Don't. Nope. He decided to leave. I'm just not for it. I'm just not.
Lance Stevenson wanted to go too.
I know that, but I'm just not for David West. I don't think David West would bring that energy.
It don't matter anyway, so he only want to come back. So
that's good. We don't need to bring him back. Neither one of them, especially Roy Hibbert.
And that I agree with. He don't need to come back.
No, Roy Hibbert could stay and wherever he's at. I have no idea.
I don't either. Last I know it was Charlotte. But that could have changed.
Yeah.
I have some things about Lance Stevenson that may make some people mad too. It's a little food for thought out here. Just throwing it out there. I call it the old unbelievable fact about Lance Stevenson. And the way that I put this may make people a little bit mad. But at this point, it's a fact. It's true. This is what it is. So bear with me on this. For Lance Stevenson, this is his second stint with the Indiana Pacers. His first stint was 2010 to 2014. In his first stint with the Pacers, he played in 210 games, started in 151 games, averaged 42% shooting, shot 27% from three-point range, 66% from the free throw line, averaging 6 rebounds per game. Well, 4 rebounds per game. 4 steals while averaging 7.1 points per game. Had a league high 5 triple-doubles and finished second in the NBA, both improved player in 2013-2014 season, only finishing to Goran Dragic winning the whole most improved player. Turned down a 5-year, $44 million contract with the Pacers. Then signed a 3-year, $27 million contract with the Charlotte Hornets on July 18, 2014, and got traded to the Clippers on June 15, 2015. Did not finish out that contract. So here is my whole ordeal about Lance Stevenson. He's an idiot. He is an idiot to actually believe that he is worth more than 5 years, $44 million in the contract. You're an idiot. And so now you want to produce these kind of points and you believe you're worth more than that? Now you came back to the Pacers. You are on a 3-year, what?
$12 million
contract?
$12 million, yes.
Maybe, like you said there, maybe that you done swelled your head down just a little bit because you are after you stick with the Pacers, you got traded twice, and you've been injured prone. Calm down, son. That's just me. That's just me. Like you said there, he brings energy to the Pacers, especially in this first stint. He brought energy to that team. But if you are in a point that you are actually confident about where you are with these type of numbers, think again. Think again. That's just me. I mean, that's just me because if you're actually 5 triple doubles in 2013-2014 season, you could have been producing more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been producing more than that during your whole 4-year stint with the Pacers. But that's just a food for thought. If anybody decides, yeah, it was a good idea to bring him back, I hope these numbers prove something.
Not being funny, I think it was a good idea. It was a desperate move, but I'm not happy about it, but I think it's a good idea to bring him back because
we'll see.
Not only do he bring that energy, but he can also help rebound with the front court.
Agreed. But my problem with Lance Stevenson now is that he is injury prone. He stays hurt. So what are the odds that he actually can play the rest of the season? What are the odds of that happening?
He might come off the bench, so he may not even play a whole lot. He might be able to just be that, what do they call him, 6th man.
Well, he better be good for it because the way that he's probably feeling that he should be a starter.
Okay, then his health didn't swell down. His ego did not swell down.
I'm just thinking that. I don't know if that's what he's thinking, but that's just me.
I hope not.
Me neither. But, it is what it is. Then we get headlines from the NBA, NFL, and MLB sports world. All right, final thoughts. Darren, you got anything?
Absolutely not.
Word. Neither do I. So we go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here.
Yep.
All right. That wraps up another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you get a video thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? You can just comment on the comment section below. We're here as usual. But until then, I'm Darrell. Darren's on the opposite side.
Pow!
All right. Catch you with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao.
Ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at the Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you gotta do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio only purposes for those who enjoy audio only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he got all the my part badges, but don't have none in the point forward upgradable badges. I don't think. I could be wrong. That sound about right. Oh my goodness. Sounds about right. Uh-oh. Uh-uh. Have 5 seconds. Good board. My bad. Yes, sir. Now he's about to go try to do the same thing. Word.
You breaking ankles, I can break ankles. We ain't got to do all that.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Oh, good save, you did.
Oh, my bad, dear.
Stop pop. Stop break.
Yep.
And down for it.
I get played.
And 1.
And one. Okay.
You see what this is about. He's trying to show out now at this point.
Yeah. I was trying to pass. I didn't know he was going to finish the drive. Yeah.
Good hustle. My goodness. Pick your popper. My bad. Ugh.
Oh, my God.
Don't do too good in isolation, don't you? Don't do yeah, exactly. You don't do too good in isolation, dude. Oh! 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 They ain't happy about that one. Oh!
Down for that. Yeah. Oh, my God. 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 Yeah. said, that animation just drags you in, bro.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Why did you do that?